Hello. Happy Thursday, aka Friday Eve in the Feckety family compound. So, this evening is a very special evening because in about 7 minutes, we will be having a Feckety family pre birthday dinner extravaganza, followed by the Cuthberts joining us, otherwise known as the Rents or the Grand Rents, coming to have dinner. Cake. They're coming for cake. And then tomorrow, Rob and I jump on a plane and we go to New York for the big extravaganza Wendy Frost's daughter, Brooke Frost wedding to Josh Fishman in a beautiful country club in Smithtown, Long Island. So when I come back next week, you might hear a different accent. It might sound a little more like this. Hoping not. So, negotiating tactics and maximizing your time. Well, I did have a few conversations today about negotiations, so I thought it'd be appropriate for me to talk to you about it tonight and tell you that I always allow somebody an opportunity to make me an offer, right? And I use that in negotiating contracts, in negotiating with future employees, in negotiating leases, because I really want to just see what the other party will come back with, right? Because you could be completely off scale as to what you think somebody will pay you, will want to be paid as an employee. So I had a client today who is excited about a new opportunity to collaborate with a beautiful facility that's being built in the Tampa Bay area. And she was all ready for me to give her some negotiating tactics in terms of what she was going to offer monetarily to work with these fine people. And what I said was, you need to let them make you an offer because they sought you out. So that's how that goes. And I think that's surprising sometimes to people because people are uncomfortable talking about money. That's just a fact. I am not uncomfortable about talking about money. I don't love it. It's not the first thing that I want to do, but I've had to have so many serious conversations about negotiations that it's just a part of what you do in business. So, for example, another example today, I am recruiting for an employee to work in a client in New York's office, and she is definitely the one that I want, and she asked for the highest dollar value that we were going to pay, and when I knew what she was looking for, I went back and counter offered something a little bit lower, but she stood strong and said that she needed to make this rate because she had another offer on the table. Okay, that I love, right? Well, she's originally from New York, so she must have learned that somewhere. And I love that because that just shows a lot of confidence. And as soon as she said that, I could tell she was feeling a little uncomfortable talking through that with me, but I let her continue. And then I said, you got it. You know, that's what you want. That's what you need to get this deal done. And you got it. And I already knew, which I like to get this idea from clients before I start a recruiting process, you know, what is your absolute highest number that you will pay? It's the same thing with like real estate, right? I learned a lot of these tactics watching, what is it called? $1 Million Listing on Bravo, my favorite channel. So negotiating is, it's not easy, but there's definitely some tactics that you need to apply. So I recommend watching that show if you need some tips about negotiating, because I've certainly learned a lot. And sometimes you have to just put an offer out there and then be silent. I find more so with women than with men when I have, you know, put out a number, they will be very straight shooting about it, but it's not always the same with women. Anytime I ask an employee, what are you looking for hourly? it's this really uncomfortable, like, well, I don't know, and you know, I don't want to just say what I need to make. I'm negotiable, and I want to make this work, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, listen, just hit me with the number. And I want to like coach everybody and say, you know, and be confident. Ask for what you deserve. That's really what you should be asking for, because if you can really deliver on that amount, then that's what you should be paid, and you should feel really good about that. So I love negotiating. I negotiate all contracts when I'm paying a vendor, when I'm paying an employee, when I'm negotiating a lease. I think that negotiations are very powerful. Never just accept an offer unless it's way too good to be true. Like today, I had this new client who I've never met in person. He signed a deal with me because he knows somebody, and I'm going to do some recruiting for him. And he didn't blink an eye with the price. Now the price is good, okay? Because I make sure as well to do a comparison of what somebody could pay if they didn't choose me. It's all part of the tactics. So anyway, I hope you have a fantastic evening. I will be in New York starting tomorrow and returning late Monday night. So I won't be tuning back in here until Tuesday, celebrating my 45th birthday tomorrow with my husband and my very best friend in New York and her family. So we are super excited. I'm going to see my brother and possibly my other brother and the kids, and haven't even had any time to make plans. But, oh, and that reminds me, I did say time on my little header, whatever it's called, the show notes, the listing of this wonderful vlog that I get to do with you. Time is my hottest commodity, my most precious commodity. It is the most important thing to me in life and in my business. So every minute counts for me, and anybody that knows me knows that very well. When my boys come in from work or from school, they know that I'm in work mode and I don't have time to chit chat, because there's like every hour on the hour means something. And today I had to say something to another potential new client when he kept asking me for advice about things. I said, well, we have to sign a contract because people actually pay for this brain, which is fascinating and smart, because like I do have a lot of information up here for my medical community and more. So have a great night. Whoever my one viewer is, thank you for tuning in. I love that anybody spends 30 seconds watching me. I value your time just as much as I hope people value my time. So have a great night, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Wish us well in New York, and wish happy birthday. Happy birthday to me. Ciao.